Órale, Chuck, los tres chingones boxing shots, all the chingones y chingonas, man. We're a little bit late and we're still waiting for one of our camaradas to jump on. Let's see if he gets on or what's going on. But I see all you guys right here. JC's the first one, Demetro. Oh, man, putazos y pendejadas. Man, we got to get at Mark Holmes. That's for dang sure. What's up, D Style and Paula? Andrew. All right, man, let's go ahead and let's bring in a gran chingon, el mero mero one, Mr. David Contreras.
Hey, what's going on, man? Listo. Let's talk boxing. Got some good matches coming up tomorrow. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, that's for sure, man. Mikey's supposed to be jumping on. He said he's in, so I read if he jumps on or not, man. Pero, um, anyway, David, I guess we'll start with the we'll start with Ryan Garcia, man.
Okay.
He had a fight over the weekend, and I'm not really sure, man, what to say about it. I have a lot to say about it, but I'm gonna be tripping over so many damn words, man, because I'm not even really sure what I saw him do. But I want to hear from you. What did you see from Ryan Garcia versus Eduardo Duarte?
First, I want to address Duarte. You know,
Mm,
I saw Duarte fight two other times, and the one before the Ryan Garcia fight, he didn't fight. He's he didn't fight well. You know what I mean? And he had Joel Diaz in his corner. I guess he fired Joel. He had some new trainers. I'll tell you, Matchroom knows exactly what they're doing. Golden Boy knows exactly what they're doing. They tried to sell us that, Golden Boy was having problems with Ryan, so they were setting him up to lose. I don't think so. This guy was made perfectly for Ryan. Yes, he had a punch, but all night long, I mean, how many jabs did he throw? Very little, if any. You know what I mean? Maybe two or three. I mean, he was coming up. He was open. He was open all night long for Ryan's left hand, his check hook. I mean, he was open all night long. Why did it take Ryan so long to knock him out? Maybe he was feeling he is very strong. Number one, that's what I have to say about Duarte. He's more of a sparring partner. I don't see him becoming a world champion. No, not at all. He doesn't have the boxing. He has the strength, but he doesn't have the finesse or the techniques of a boxer. Ryan, on another hand, Ryan was not following the game plan. I mean, I do not believe that Derek James told him to do the Floyd shuffle. I don't think he told him to do that. You know what I mean? Ryan basically was doing what Ryan wanted to do, and he was able at the very end to knock him out. But Ryan was not paying was not following Derek's orders. What do you think, Cholo?
okay. Um, First of all, this is what I heard once the fight was taking place. I heard that the fight was actually supposed to be at 143. So I just want to set that clear. Maybe that's true, maybe that's not. Maybe they just went ahead and covered their tracks, whatever it may be. But when they made during the weigh-ins, nobody knew like what the heck was going on. This fight was supposed to be at 140.
Yeah.
Nobody knew. Akam Barak didn't know. Aldi didn't know. Nobody knew. And then later on, the fight night, they're like, "Hey, this fight." Sean Porter came out and said, like, if it's not for a championship. So they chose. By they, I'm sure it was Ryan chose 143. So that's why they did at 143. Okay, so be it. Um, I thought it was an okay fight. I was not really entertained. It wasn't a boring fight either, but it wasn't a good fight either, man. Now, what the hell is going on with complete? It's not even the shoulder roll. He's turning his back completely.
Turning
It's
his
like,
back on him. That was
yeah,
unbelievable. I've never
right.
seen that.
It
Yeah.
was crazy. And
The
the
referee.
the referee, what's his name?
Yeah.
Shoot, James. If somebody can help me out. I forgot the referee's name. I don't think I've ever seen him before. Maybe I have,
Never
and he
seen
was
him
a
before.
well, maybe he was a referee in a fight where he didn't stand out.
Mm.
Because that could be it too. Maybe I'm sure I've seen him, and he probably just didn't stand out because there was really not a lot of work for him to do in that fight. But in this fight, dog, what are you doing? What are you doing? You have a fighter who's turning his complete back, and you're just warning Duarte with the whole, hey, hey, don't go punching behind the back. Duarte even hit him in the back, right? And the ref was just warning Duarte, not one word, David, not one word to
No,
Ryan, not one word to Ryan, saying, hey, stop turning around, stop turning your back. Ryan did complain a few times, like, hey, he's hitting me behind the head. That's the referee's time to be like, okay, but you keep turning around. Okay, you keep turning around. Stop turning around. That's what you're giving him as a target to hit. Because every time you're into a little pressure, you turn your entire back. Not only that, but at times he was turning his back and bending down. Like, what are you doing, Holmes? And man, look, it's no secret. I'm Bobby Garcia is a really good friend of mine. I'm gonna be at the Christmas party, man. The Garcia Christmas party. But I've told them, hey, I am going to keep it real. I'm not going to, play favoritism. I want to root for Ryan. I want Ryan to do good and I want to be a fan of his. But this was just dumb. It was just stupid. Like, you go in there, here you go, you turn your whole back, you bend over, you're getting hit in the back, hey, see me behind the head. And referee, what are you doing? The referee, people might say the ref helped out Ryan. Maybe so in this fight. But I'm gonna tell everybody something. That does not help Ryan in his future because Ryan now is thinking, oh man, so this is something that I can use. And when they take that away from you, when you get in there with a good, solid referee that's not gonna allow you to do that, you're gonna have to stand toe to toe, firm, facing forward. I remember Jack Reese. I forgot the fight I was watching, but I remember Jack Reese stopped the fight because somebody got hit with like a good uppercut. He didn't go down and he didn't fall back or anything like that, but he got hurt and he turned his back for, I'm telling you guys, like 2 seconds. Jack Reese waved it off and then he turns back around and he's all like, no, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. And Jack Reese is all like, you abandoned the fight. He's all, I'm good. I'm here. You abandon the fight. Now, personally, I don't think Jack Reese should have stopped that fight. He should give him like a, standing 8 count or something. But what I'm just trying to say is, how does the referee not warn Ryan, stop turning your back? Let's go ahead and bring in the scientist to see what he saw in Garcia versus Duarte. One, Mr. Mikey Zavala.
What it is, Ed? My bad, man. I took a little nap. I woke up and the hour went by, or 45 minutes. I got tired today, man. I feel like Ryan Garcia. I turned my back, man. Oh, what are we
yeah.
talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Well, let's go ahead and let's bring in another camarada man from El Paso, Texas, one Mr. D Style.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, what's
All
What
going
it is?
on?
right,
What
all
it is?
right, all right.
How's it going?
So, Mikey, let's go ahead and let's get what you saw from the Ryan versus Duarte fight.
I mean, I still see the mistakes Ryan does. He does the what is it called? The shoulder roll? More like the chicken roll, more like the Tootsie roll, better yet, more like the back roll. I mean, this guy still need to go back to the gym. In the gym, they call it controlled sparring. He still gets caught with putting his hand down when he throws his shot. So what he needs to do, go back to the gym and do controlled sparring, meaning the other opponent just throws a left hook all day for 6 rounds. Just keep throwing the same shot where you could catch him. When he throws something, boom, catch. That's what he needs to do. He does the same mistakes. I didn't see no improvement. Better yet, I saw him going backwards. He's trash, man. Sorry, Ed. I know that's your boy, but he's trash. He's trash, man.
His brother's my boy, man, and I will be at the Christmas party, not tomorrow, but on the 16th, I'm going to the Garcia Christmas party, ugly sweater Christmas party, man.
Oh
But
my God.
D Style, Big Dog, you actually went live right after the fight, and I heard what you had to say, and I couldn't agree with you more, man. Is this more on Ryan? Is this more on the referee? Is it on both? But what did you see, man?
Well, obviously Ryan is a big role, has a big role to play with that. Look, he turned his back, like his back to his opponent. And at times he was even bending down, like in front of him. I mean, I don't understand what that is. That's not defense to me. That's avoiding engagement. That's what that is. And the referee enabled it by warning Duarte. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. Warned him, you're hitting him in the kidney while he's turning around. You hit him in the back of the head. He's throwing an overhand right, and Ryan is turning around and getting hit in the back of the head. So you, as the authority in the ring, are allowing that and warning the wrong person. That's what you're doing as a referee. And I think Duarte got very discouraged when all that was going on, to be quite frank, because he wasn't doing anything wrong. Ryan was the one turning around and giving his back to his opponent. Just go. All you got to do is go look at the, as I'm sure you guys did, the fight with Andrade and Benavidez. When Andrade was bending below the waist and Benavidez hit him in the back of the head, as a result, the ref told Andrade, "Look, you're creating your own foul, so I can't do anything about that. You're breaking the rule by bending below the waist." Well, when Ryan turned around, he got hit in the kidney or the back of the head. The ref should have just gone like this: "Hey, you're the one turning around, buddy. Don't do that anymore. Don't turn around. You don't want to get hit, because yes, getting hit behind the head is illegal when it's a rapid punch. Like both guys are in the clinch, the guy's just aiming behind the head this way, right? Or if you're in the clinch and you step over and you hit the guy in the kidney, that's illegal, right? But if you're throwing a perfectly legal overhand right and your opponent turns around, that is not your fault, like point blank, period. So both the ref and Ryan, and the fact that Ryan had to resort to, if you want to call it a tactic against Duarte like that, is kind of, it shows you the level where he's at. He still fights like an amateur. He still has his chin in the air, and it kind of is what it is.
Hey, David, he's been campaigning at 140 for a minute, but he has yet to fight a true 140 pounder. He fought Javier Fortuna. He fought Tank Davis at a catch weight. He fought Eduardo Duarte, who doesn't campaign at 140. But Ryan Garcia apparently has been campaigning at 140, but he's yet to fight a 140 pounder. Is him being with Derek James and not listening to Derek James, is this the team to go forward with? Because from what I understand, Derek James is not the one that was telling them to do this. Is there turmoil? Is there bad blood? Or are they just not a good team? Is he just not listening? What's going on?
You know what? Ryan's problem is he has no heart. He has no heart. I mean, turning his back on an opponent. I mean, we could, dissect every bit of the part of this fight, but the bottom line, he has no heart. He could go back to Reynoso. Now he's made friends with Reynoso again. He's not going to last with Derek James. I mean, he didn't do anything that Derek James wanted him to do. Somebody put that Derek James taught him dirty tactics. I don't think so. I agree with somebody mentioned that he's regressing. Without a doubt, he's regressing. I think Ryan right now is looking for the big paycheck. You saw him at the end of the fight calling out Rolly. He's not calling out Teofimo. He's not calling out Regis or the winner of Regis and Haney tomorrow night. He's not calling out Matias. Of course not. Who's he calling out? He's calling out Rolly because he probably can beat Rolly, but that's the only one that he can beat. Personally, to prove my point, I would like for him to fight Barbosa. Barbosa's now signed with Golden Boy, but they're not going to allow him because Barbosa will spank him at 140. He needs to retire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just got something to say. No, if you look at the Teofimo Lopez sparring, there's a sparring video when Teofimo put hands on Ryan Garcia. He did the same thing. He turned his back and put his ass out. So that reminds me of that. I've seen that before. So he's not learning anything with Derek James. And you know what, Dave, I agree with you with Barbosa. He should fight Barbosa. That's the only guy that I think he could take his punch. If you look at box record, he has a 30%, 35% knockout ratio. I looked at all of the 140 pounds, the top 10, they all have like 70, 80, 90% knockout percentage. So I think he should fight Barbosa because he has pillow hands. And if Ryan does get hit, he won't get knocked out. But if he gets touched by any other top 10, 140, he'll get knocked out, man. He can't beat nobody. Top 10.
Oh, okay. All right. A lot of blasphemy for King Rye. Okay, this was the first fight with this is the first fight with Derek James. Looks like he's not even listening to him.
No, he's not.
Does he last with him? What's going on there at the corner? With
I
the
don't know.
team?
You know what's weird? At the post-fight press conference, he's like, they're asking a question. He's like, oh yeah, well, where's Derek? Where's Derek? Like, bro, like, what do you want Derek to hold your hand? At the like, what are you doing, bro? Like talk, bro. Like, and then he's talking about how like he never really had any real challenges up until the Tank fight. And he's only saying it to kind of dig at Golden Boy, like you didn't run my career properly. That's why he's doing it. But I don't know, man. I remember Luke Campbell put you on your ass, and you had to get back up, and you had a really good corner in camp for that fight. You had Reynoso in your corner. That's the best he's ever looked. Like Ryan has never looked better than he did in that fight with Reynoso when he beat Luke Campbell. Like that's the best he's ever looked. And that's a fight where he actually did show heart because he had to. He had to get back up, right? But he had the preparation and he had a camp. He had a no-nonsense camp with him, right? Why did he leave? Well, we saw what Canelo said. The kid's not disciplined. He doesn't pay attention. That's why he left. Then he goes to Goosen. When he's with Goosen's the hottest shit since sliced bread, or no ain't nothing, and I didn't learn anything over there. And then Goosen saying this guy just does what he wants. Ryan, you just kind of cheer him on, I guess. That's what Goosen said. And then now Derek James he's ringside. They're asking him about what's the plan here, and he said, I don't know. This is not what we're doing. I don't know what this is, right? He's regressing, bro.
Yeah, he is.
And then he has the nerve to say, I was actually more nervous in there with Duarte than with Tank. Like, really? Well, I don't know what to tell you then, bro. Imagine that's Matias. Imagine if that's Teofimo. Imagine if that's like a Progress or Haney. Dude, you're done, bro. He's regressing, bro. He's not getting better. He's getting worse.
Yep.
He really
Okay.
is.
Okay. I will say that I was much more excited and much more entertained watching Brian Garcia quite a few years ago because his last performances is not good. I'm not entertained, especially this fight. I don't know where he picked up that weird tactic. But as far as what I want from him, I do want him to fight Rolly, man. I do want to see that fight. I do want to see the build up. Do I think Brian goes far? No. I'm getting ready. I'm so close to throwing in the towel, man, and saying like, okay, this kid's just he's not gonna make it anywhere, man. But I do think he can make the Rolly fight, and I think he will knock the dog doodles out of Rolly, man. And he'll be that champ, and then somebody's gonna come and beat him for it because he's just no. I don't think he lasts with Derek James either. So I'm not even really sure where he goes with his career. But
I just want to say one quick thing.
Hmm.
I think what happened was I think he was feeling the pressure of Duarte, so he started to give his back, and then the ref kind of hooked him up because when Duarte would land on his back or the back of his head. He started to warn Duarte. So it became effective almost by accident. Okay, what he was doing. I think that's what happened.
Okay.
You know, PYP says he has talent. He does have talent, but he has no heart. He has no heart.
Okay. All right. Let me see. He showed some heart in the Luke Campbell fight. I mean, we got to remember that. So I think I just don't know. Maybe he doesn't have the hunger. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he doesn't have the hunger. I'm not even
a Victor Ortiz thing. Like he shows up sometimes he doesn't. Like the heart, you know.
And like Mr. B says, man, once you go down, you'll do it again. You know what I mean? Okay. Mr. Garcia always said that, and you know what? On the Tank Davis dude, he could have got up. But once you give up, you'll always give up, man.
Okay.
You can't change.
All right.
Yeah, no,
all right.
He was getting hit to the body. He was getting hit. He was running at the second, like in the 10th or whatever, late rounds. He was running, dude. He's done.
He was running.
One more big fight, and then he's done. One more big fight. He'll get one. He'll cash out.
Well, he's not done until
He'll catch up with Rolly.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
not done until he becomes world champion against Rolly, man. You guys wait
Yeah.
and watch. You guys wait and
He's
watch,
lucky.
man.
He's lucky.
That's
He's
a,
lucky Rolly's there. He's lucky Rolly has a belt. You know.
all right,
Oh yeah.
fellas. Let's go ahead and talk about the breaking news that happened. I was on the round table yesterday with D Style, Beeb, and all them guys over there. It's always a fun time. And it came out that BBC is now signed a deal with Amazon Prime. I was trying to find as much as I possibly can. It's still kind of really hard to narrow it down, but to the best of my knowledge, they're giving PBC 12 dates. I might be the information's a little bit chalky, but they're giving them 12 dates. It's not like they can go ahead and they're free for the whole year to just just come up with as many dates as they want to. Like no, they have a certain amount of dates for the year for them. To the best of my knowledge, um, David, what do you make of Amazon Prime taking in PBC? Canelo still has 2 fights left with the PBC, so Amazon Prime is going to have the Canelo fights. But what's your make with
Well,
this deal?
they're supposed to start in March. 12 dates is a lot for PBC.
Right.
Their fighters fight once every 3 years. So 12 dates is perfect for PBC. Now, with that said, I like Amazon. I watch everything on Amazon. I buy everything on Amazon. To me, it's perfect. You know what I mean? Buying pay-per-view, I don't have Showtime. If I am going to buy it, dude, I got to download the site. It's a hassle. Now with Amazon, just like I buy my Amazon, we all buy Amazon things online. Same thing. All you got to do is charge it to your credit card. You watch it on television. Me personally, I think it's a great thing.
Okay, a big fan of Jeff Bezos. I got you, man.
I
Okay,
could
all
care
right.
less about
Mikey,
Dave Paisley. He doesn't know who I am. To me, it's what's convenient and what's easy, and that's easy. Personally speaking, I wanted them to go with TV Azteca. I wanted them to go there, and I heard that they were working some deals. But Amazon, dude, I'm there. I buy Amazon all the time. I'm there, easy.
okay, okay. Mikey, PBC, Amazon Prime. What's your thoughts, big dog?
Oh man, I mean, there's going to be a lot of fighters for Tank Davis. Amazon Prime drivers, the Amazon drivers. That's the great challenge for Tank Davis, man, because that guy hasn't fought a champion to this day. So you got that to feed him. The Charlos, the Benavides, Jose Benavides, and David Benavides Jr. There's a lot of fighters, Amazon drivers for him. So I'm happy, man. All right, but yeah, man, like Dave said, it's convenient. It's convenient, but yeah, I was listening a little bit, and they're like number 3 behind YouTube and behind who else? There's one. They're number 3, and millions of people have accounts and millions. Netflix, yeah, something like that. So it's a good thing, man. It's a good thing. Say that again.
150 million people in America.
Yeah. So it's a good thing, and let's not praise PBC and now Heyman yet, right? What do they give us? Garbage truck fights, like they give us the fights that we don't want, and what? They're in Amazon, okay, but it looks like it's a good thing now. Give us the fights we want to get. Let's give us Tank. Let's see if Tank fights a real fighter and not an Amazon Plus driver. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. I like it.
Okay, all right. D-Style, you as adamant as Mikey, man, to see Tank Davis in there against whatever Amazon
driver.
workers they have.
Hey, with all the theft going on today, they got to know how to fight those Amazon guys, bro. I'm just saying.
That'll be a good fight, huh?
But no, look, I'm indifferent about it. Like I'm not excited, but I'm not going to be a pessimist either. I'm a results guy. Let me see what you got. Show me what you got, and then I'll judge what you do. Look, Showtime had a good year. Can't take that away from them. And if they continue that momentum into this year, I'll be okay with it. I just hope, it's me as a consumer, that they keep the pay-per-views limited. You keep it to the big stars. Don't put fights like Benavides Andrade on pay-per-view. Give those to us on Amazon Prime. I don't want to hear all the fighters want too much. So don't pay them that much, right?
Don't
Have them
pay 'em.
fight somebody else then. Yeah, I mean, like pay the guys that want to fight then, right? I'm tired of the inactivity. I'm tired of all that. There's plenty of guys that are hungry. They want to fight, and if you can't pay them or don't want to pay them, send them somewhere else. Send them back into the zone. Let Eddie Hearn go give them a payday, whatever, right? Let Bob Arum deal with them, but we need more regular championship boxing cards from them for sure.
Yeah, yeah. For me, I first thought like, hey, I want them to go to a sports app like the Zone. But like I was explaining last night on the round table, it's like, you know what? I'm only on the Zone because of boxing. I don't watch all. They got a bunch of other sports on there. I think they got poker, they got dart, bowling. I don't watch any of that stuff, man. I like playing and I like going to the bowling alley. But I'm not watching it on TV. I'm just there for boxing. So with Amazon, they've been getting the NFL. I watched Thursday Night Football on Amazon. Um, I think there's a good thing. I think people really, really hate certain people really hate the PBC and want them to fail. Um, with these dates, I don't think they can do them all pay per view because at some point you're gonna have to put 2 fight dates in a month. You're not gonna be able to do 2 pay per views. I hope this means you got to stack the undercard because since you only are limited so many dates, you got a huge roster. That means you got to stack some of these undercards up a little bit. So I'm excited for it. At the same time, I don't want to say like, "Hey, man, this is it. All right, everybody, you know what? Raise your glasses and cheer, hip hip parade." Because no, maybe may not work. I also want to know: are they going to change the commentary, or is it going to stick with the same commentary? Is there any other changes that are coming with this? So we will see. And Canelo is going to be fighting on there, so at least for 2 more fights. So there you guys go, man. And if you already have Amazon Prime, maybe the pay per view is a little bit less the way the Zone does it. I think they charge like $10 less. The Zone does this. They charge like 10, $15 less if you already subscribe to the Zone. So hopefully Prime does something like that. But yeah, I like it for the most part. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But somebody was right here saying that the PBC has screwed up on other major platforms. What's so different about this one? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they screwed this one up too. So, but we shall see. Gentlemen, we have some fights tomorrow. One that's really flying under the radar that nobody is talking about. ESPN has some fights tomorrow, and I am excited for this card. The other side, not as much, but for this, I am. Ramirez versus Espinoza. You got Xander Zayas in the co-main event. Richard Torres Jr., upcoming heavyweight fighter. This dude is badass. I don't know who he's fighting. This guy Harper. I saw the weigh-ins. Man, this dude is fat. So I'm expecting a good showing for Torres. But David, what do you make about this ESPN card, man, and how nobody's talking about it? You gonna be watching?
You know what? Yeah, I'll have 2 televisions on. I mean, like I always do, But Richard Torres, let's talk a little bit about him. From Tulare, former Olympian. I think he won silver. I mean, the last guy he fought was the fattest heavyweight ever, 450 pounds. You know what I mean? And now he's fighting another Panzon. When are they going to put him with somebody that definitely, I mean, he's ready for one of the top 10 now. You know what I mean? I mean, why are they feeding him these scraps? He's going to knock him out because he always does. I mean, don't you think it's time now that they put somebody that definitely is one of the top 10 for him to basically show that he's what he is? And I think he's a future world champion, but we got to see him with somebody that he can basically show that he's a future world champion with. What do you think about Torres fighting this other Panzo?
Okay, well, this is only his eighth fight. Now he does have a good
Oh, it is
amateur
his next fight. I
background.
thought it was more
Yeah,
than that.
no, no, no. I think this is only his eighth
Really?
fight. Yeah, yeah,
Let
it's
me
only
look
his
it.
eighth fight. And to the best of my knowledge, I think this is his first 10-round fight. I think all his other fights have been 10 rounds. But he's looked really good in all of them.
Yes, he has.
So yeah, so at some point the competition does have to step up at least a little bit. So we'll see. Mikey, did you know anything about this ESPN card that's happening tomorrow, man? That has the pride of Puerto Rico, Xander Zayas, in the
Oh, you're
co-main
right.
event, man, fighting the Spaniard. I mean, are you gonna be watching this?
Yeah, yo, to tell you the truth, it went under the radar for me. I was too busy looking at the Haney and stuff like that, and Ryan. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Zayas, they're gonna feed him another tomato can.
Yeah.
So he's gonna show out. Hopefully he gets dropped and we could see something. And Richard Torres, yeah, he's young. I still don't think he's a real heavyweight. Is he a heavyweight? Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's
Which,
heavyweight.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
heavyweight.
I think he's a cruiserweight. If you really want to break it down, he should lose weight and fight in the cruiserweight division. I don't think he's that big, and I don't know. I feel like he should be better at cruiserweight. Richard Torres, but he is young, and they're gonna put another gorda on him to make it look good. We're not gonna find out till he takes a they put a real fighter on him. But yeah, and then the Mexican dude that's gonna fight. I have no clue who are they. The Puerto Rican dude and the Mexican dude. You guys told me about him. Hey, he looks good. He's 5'11". Um, and he fights nice. Mexican style, jab, body shot, jab, uppercut, body shot. Versus the Puerto Rican dude, a Southpaw Puerto Rican dude. That one's gonna be a banger. I like that.
You talking about
Hey,
the
you
main
know what,
event?
Mikey? He's 21
The
and
main
0.
event.
He's 21 and 0. The Mexican guy, Rafael
Uh-huh.
Espinosa, 21 and 0 with 19 knockouts.
Yes,
So,
power.
yeah, he's gonna be good.
And
Yeah.
just real quick, he's not Boricua, he's Cubano.
Oh, he's Cuban. My
Which
bad.
one?
I missed
Yeah,
the
yeah.
flag. Okay,
Which one?
Southpaw
Yeah.
Cuban.
Yeah,
Yeah, Chapa.
Ramirez.
Yeah,
Who?
No,
yeah.
no. His opponent, David, Ramirez, is Cubano.
Oh, yeah, he's Cubano. His opponent's
Yeah.
from Guadalajara. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know too much about him, but I am picking him. But Ramirez is one bad boy, man. D-Style, nobody's talking about this. It's been completely trumped over the Haney and Progress fight, which we will get to next. What's your thoughts about this ESPN card? That is not pay-per-view. And you got some pretty good up-and-coming fighters on here, man. And I truly like this main event, man. Doesn't have the star power, but I think it's going to be pretty fun to watch. What's your thoughts about this, big dog?
Look, this is what I'll say. First of all, Richard Torres, I get he's only 7-0, but I mean, this is a former Olympian, big amateur background. It is time to step him up. Like it just is. It's abuse at this point. You know what I mean? Like everyone is always concerned about the safety of boxing and the PDs because the safety of boxing, and I agree with all that. But the number one cause of death in boxing, the number one is mismatches, right? That's a number one cause. It's not all the other things. And I'm not saying he's going to kill somebody, hopefully not, knock on wood. But what I'm saying is let's get him out of these mismatches. People put more pressure on Jake Paul after 5 fights than this guy. And this guy was a former Olympian. And I saw boxing fans put more pressure on Jake Paul to step up. When is Jake Paul going to fight a real fighter? When is Jake Paul? Okay, well, how about we put that same energy on Richard Torres, an Olympian, bro? I think it's time that we put pressure on him. But it is what it is. That he's fighting another dude that's batting 500, I guess. Wow. Let's get him with guys that are batting 800 at least, I would say. You know what I mean? Also, Xander Zayas, looking forward to him. Always have been. I think he's the future of Puerto Rican boxing. But as far as El Cubano Robesi Ramirez, the gold medals that beat Shakur Stevenson in the gold medal match, by the way. Really good fighter. Lost his pro debut, bounced back since then. He's looking good, looking sharp. He's growing into being a pro now. And I think he should win this fight by decision. His opponent is a tough dude, bro. Espinosa's tough. He's tall. He's lengthy. Doesn't use his height that well, but still he's tough and he could crack. The problem is his speed. I don't think he's going to be able to keep up with Ramirez. So, but I agree. I like this card, and they're doing it in Florida. So, I believe anyway. I'm pretty certain it's in Florida where Robesi's he's Cuban, so they're obviously trying to build up, his fan base over there.
Yeah, Robesi Ramirez is one and only lot. He doesn't have a lot of professional fights. I think this is only, I think, his 15th.
Add him to the list of guys that lost their pro debut. Marquez, Henry Armstrong, B Hop. He events that loss, by the way, but it is what it is. Yeah,
Lomachenko lost nice pro debut, but his second fight against Orlando Salido. So, this guy does look good. I don't think he's been in there with a guy as tall as Espinosa. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's been in there with a guy as tall as he is. Espinosa, I haven't not seen a lot of him, but yeah, the guy looks like he's pretty damn good. He's undefeated. He's got some good firepower. Who got the better footwork? I think Ramirez does. When it comes to Richard Torres Jr., I always get excited to watch this guy fight. The guy's fun, man. I saw the weigh-ins, he just got that 70s, 80s porn star look. It's just badass, man. And I do like watching him fight. In a way, you guys are right. And like, hey, you know what? They need to step up the competition. He does have a good amateur pedigree. Let's not, just keep on babysitting his matches over here. Let's start stepping him up. I'm cool with that. They're trying to build a little bit of resume under him as well. Like, okay, now he's got 15 fights. Now we could start stepping them up. Maybe it's time to get past that, especially for guys that really have a good amateur pedigree, and you can start stepping them up a little bit more and more and more. I do want to start seeing him in at least some co-main events, but 8-round fights, they're not going to be no co-main events, man. I was wrong. Actually, there's an 8-round fight. It's not a 10-round fight. So you got to step them up to at least a 10-round fight so you could start having them in a co-main event, because you got to give this guy a little bit more shine. Not too many people are talking about this guy. Shout out, Holmes, to the Central Valley in Cali. But, this guy's got to get a little bit more shine. Xander Zayas, hey, move over. Berlanga, you were never the one, dog. You were never the one. Xander Zayas is. I love this kid. I want to see him. Okay, that's another guy. That's another guy that people need to talk about too, right? But Xander Zayas, I've been saying that. I've been matching these two guys up. I want them to stay away from each other for the next 2 years. And I want to see a major, major showdown, maybe at 160, but between Zayas and Virgil Ortiz, man. That is the mega fight in about 2 years. I just want them to stay away from each other, and we could have like a great trilogy with those guys, man. But yeah, this card has fallen completely under the radar. Nobody talks about it. Nobody cares about it. I'm here. We're here to tell you guys it's there if you guys don't want to pay pay-per-view. Getting to some pay-per-view, let's go ahead and let's talk about it. I liked this fight as soon as it was announced. I did not like that it was pay-per-view, but oh well. We got Devin the Dream Haney against Regis Prograis. I saw the weigh-ins today. I mean, the weigh-in was entertaining enough, nothing spectacular, but it was okay. I'll start with you, Mikey, on this one, man. What do you see in this fight, big dog? This is Haney's first fight at 140, and unlike Ryan Garcia, he's actually fighting a true 140 pounder.
Yeah, I like Haney, man. He takes the test. He has experience. He fought Lomachenko, so and a southpaw, and he's fighting a southpaw. Regis. Man, I like Devin Haney. I watch him behind the scenes, and if you look at Devin Haney, he's a student of the game. Their corner doesn't have an ego. I don't even know the name of his trainer, but the trainer, whatever, doesn't have an ego. You see Devin Haney training with Floyd Mayweather Sr. You seen Devin Haney train with Ben Davidson. You seen Floyd. What's his name? Haney train with Freddie Roach. He was with Freddie Roach at the wild card, soaking up the game. I like this kid. He's a student of the game. He's moving up to 140. He didn't get no fill out fight. He's going straight for the champion and for the belt. And I like that. That's Floyd Mayweather-esque, Canelo-esque. You know what I mean? Just let's go, let's try it, let's go. He's not afraid to take that L. I'm gonna give it to Devin Haney in this. You see Regis versus who did he fight? Cedillo, his last fight. I forgot his name. The Dominican cat. Yeah, he didn't look so well because he had to chase the other guy. He didn't cut the ring. He kept doing the same thing. I think Haney, if he knows, if he could take that shot, I think he's gonna give him a boxing lesson. Boxing the 12 rounds, giving him a boxing lesson. Yeah.
Oh, okay. D, I'll throw it to you, man. People were excited as soon as this fight was announced. So was I. Like I said, I'm not excited. It's pay-per-view. But what do you make of this fight? Did you watch the weigh-ins? Did that swerve you either way? Change your mind of who you're leading to? What it was? I'll say you, brother.
I'm still sticking to my pick that Haney wins a very tough, probably controversial decision. Every time people every Devin Haney fight, people have him up here, and he's like really over here, right? Oh, he's gonna outclass Jojo. He's gonna outbow. Then Jojo puts hands on him, and then people pretend. I've never seen a fighter where people pretend to be seeing something they're not really seeing. I guess because he boxes defensively, we're supposed to believe he's not getting hit or something, but I see what I see. He got touched up against Jojo. He couldn't land a jab against Jojo. Go look at it. I think he only landed like 5 jabs or something against Jojo, like an abysmal amount. That's because Jojo's a southpaw. He couldn't land it against Loma either. Southpaw. Oh, but Loma has good feet, good footwork. Well, Jojo doesn't have good footwork like Loma. You know what I mean? He's fighting a southpaw here. And Regis is not, I'm not saying he's the fastest guy in the world, but he's not slow. You know, and we know he could punch. Regis has a pretty decent amateur background. He has pretty good boxing skills. And in my opinion, Regis Progress is an undefeated fighter. I don't think he lost that Taylor fight. I scored it for him. The 12th round, Taylor was hanging on for dear life. I think Regis, anywhere else but London, guess who gets the decision? Anywhere else in the world, Regis gets that decision. I thought he won that fight. I think it's going to be a tough fight for Haney. Every single fight, I keep hearing, oh, Haney's going to put on a clinic. Oh, Haney's going to do this. Haney's going to do that. And the only time it's happened was against Cambosos. That's it. Everybody else is a tough fight. Linares, he survived that fight. Against Linares, he couldn't knock out Gamboa. But I'm hearing his dad saying he's going to knock out Regis. I'll be shocked if he knocks out Regis Progress. I'm just going to tell you that. I'll be shocked, bro. I will. Can he win a decision? Absolutely, because he's a good boxer, but he gets hit. And I've always said this. He's closer to Corey Spinks than Floyd Mayweather. I've always said that. He reminds me of Corey Spinks, not of Floyd. Corey Spinks was a really good boxer. He could win matches, of course. But we knew what happened when people pushed Corey Spinks and it clocked him clean. We knew what happened. And we almost saw it against Linares, and Loma almost had him in that 11th. And then he for whatever reason, Loma didn't keep his foot on the gas in the 12th. But it's possible that he could get stopped late, but I think he survives, makes it to the end. I'll probably have like 7-5 on my scorecard for Devin Haney.
Okay. David, some rando says old man Linares almost got him, and he did. Linares had him stumbling back through his corner, man. How say you in this one? Can Devin Haney withstand the punches of Regis Progress?
Well, first of all, I don't think Devin Haney is undefeated. I had Loma beating him. That's number one.
Okay.
And I agree with D-Style. Without a doubt, I had Regis beating Josh Taylor. I had him beating Josh Taylor. So I see him being the undefeated. Personally speaking, I think it's going to be maybe the first 3-4 rounds is going to be a boxing lesson for Regis. I think Haney's going to be outboxing him until he starts cutting off the ring. I see a late knockout, maybe 9th or 10th round by Regis. Regis is going to clock him. If Linares, like the gentleman just said right now, old man Linares, you know what? Regis has the power, and he has the boxing skills. Yeah, he's 34 years old, but he's been in some wars. That war that he had against Josh Taylor, that was a war. The war he had against Cepeda, that was a war. This guy has been hit, and you know what? I see a knockout. He has to knock him out. If he doesn't knock him out, if it goes to the scorecards, I agree with Mikey, and I agree with D-Style. They're going to give it. It's going to be controversial. They're going to give it to Haney. But I see a knockout. Without a doubt, I see a knockout in this fight. 8th, 9th, maybe 10th round. I don't see it going past the 11th. And I hope he knocks him out.
Yeah, let's all remember where this fight's taking place. It's taking place in Devin Haney's backyard, you know.
He's not even from there. He was 6 years old when he moved to Nevada. He's not even from there.
To Henderson, Nevada. Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean? He was born there. I mean, nobody knows him there, you know? That's not his backyard home. You know that.
All right. So I will say this. Did Regis Prograis lose to Josh Taylor? Like you said, D-Style, anywhere but London. And not only that, Regis Prograis is not a popular American fighter. So for them to give it to Josh Taylor over there in London, I didn't really hear anybody complain about it except for true hardcore boxing fans. But he is not a famous or popular American boxer. So I thought Regis won that fight. I thought Devin Haney lost to Lomachenko. And here's the thing. Devin Haney at 135 pounds wasn't able really to hurt anybody. He was able to outbox, but he wasn't able to hurt anybody, man. He does not have that power. Now you're moving up to 140 pounds, fighting a guy who was able to withstand 240-pound fighters, Josh Taylor's, the Zepedas, man, these guys that can really crack. Haney is not, it's going to be like throwing a grape at him, man. You're not going to hurt him. He's going to have to be on his bike. He's going to have to outbox him for as long as he possibly can. Do I think he can do that? Oh, no.
Danielito Soria did that. Danielito Soria, the Dominican, Regis last fight, he looked garbage. He was fighting from the outside, not giving. He was hitting Regis. Regis kept doing the same. He couldn't cut ring. So you don't think Devin Haney could see the fight and see the weaknesses and Regis' progress? We can't forget that. Oh, Regis lost. Or Regis beat this guy. Or he won this fight, but he lost the other fight. He looked garbage. He looked terrible. He's 34 years old. Hey man, I don't even think can he keep up? Can Regis keep up?
That, you know what, Mikey? That's a good point. That's a good point. He didn't look all that good.
The Dominican.
I'm sure he learned from
But here's what I will say. I don't think Devin Haney has ever felt a punch like Regis Prograis. And I think that's going to knock him off his game.
But Ed, who has Prograis fight other than Josh Taylor that we like? Oh, damn. What's his name? The Mexican dude? The Sabo? He's all right. Huh? Cepeda? He does all right. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. He's okay. He's good. But you know what I mean? Well, who says in his resume? Who has he knocked out or give me some names that? Oh shit! You know what I mean?
Let me look it up real quick.
Well, let me say this, Mikey. Let me say this. Can you say that about Devin Haney? I mean, the guy that he fought was Lomachenko, and he lost. I thought he lost.
Hey, you look at his record, he won. What are you talking about, Ed?
That's true. That's true. If you look at his record,
that's experience. He got hurt by old man Linares. Old man Linares has power. The last thing that leaves is your power and experience. Linares had power. He got right on the money, and he survived it. Yes, he almost got knocked out. That's facing adversity. He went all the way to London, to the down under to go beat Cambosis. Cambosis beat Teofimo. We can't forget that. He made Cambosis look like the real fighter. The Cambosis, a trash ass fighter. He made him look trash. So
that was the easiest way. That was the easiest way to undisputed. I'm not gonna take it away from Haney because he went and he did it. And I kind of agree with you, Mikey. Haney does want the fights. I'm not gonna dispute that. He does want the fights. But here's the thing though, man. If he gets wobbled with somebody like Linares, come on, dog. This is your first fight at 140 pounds against a heavier fighter, man. No, man. D-Style, you got
Oh yeah.
something?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, look, power is power. If you're knocking out grown men, you're knocking out grown. All those are professional fighters he's knocking out. You could say, who are they? Blah, blah, blah. Haney doesn't have the knockout ratio, and he's had way more bums on his resume than Regis Prograis. Like, that dude didn't fight anybody by when he was handed that belt, when he became the regular champion, and Lomachenko was upgraded to franchise champion. Who do you remember the name of the guy he beat for that belt?
Who?
Mikey?
Haney?
Yeah, who would he beat for the interim belt? Do you remember the name?
Nobody. It was
It
given
was
out to him.
nobody. Yeah.
He beat one of
It was
those
good.
Amazon guys you were talking about.
Exactly.
That's right. That's who he was
Hold on, but
fighting.
who has
But
Prograis beat?
Mikey, facts are
Cepeda?
facts, Mikey.
Cepedo's garbage. I want to keep it
Mi-
real. He's
but hold on.
garbage. He's one-dimensional.
I'll tell you what.
Come on, Mikey.
If Gamboa fought Prograis, what would happen, Mikey? What would he do? What would Prograis do to Gamboa?
He'll knock him out. He'll hurt him.
Okay,
I'm not
who
talking
did it?
about
You
his
know who
power.
didn't
I'm
knock
not
out
talking about.
Gamboa?
I'm talking about his skills pay the bills. I'm talking about that.
Okay,
I'm not
I
talking
agree.
about power.
I agree with that, but
And it took Tank a while to knock out Gamboa too. So you're saying that Tank doesn't have any power?
but he did stop him now. And
Yeah,
you said
but-
yourself, Tank's been fighting what?
Yeah, but I'm just saying. You're talking about Devin Haney's power. We all know he don't have no
I
power.
think stopping Cepeda, a guy that arguably beat Ramirez, is very impressive to me. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that. They took it to him and he destroyed Cepeda. Like that's
Yeah,
what he
but
did. He
Cepedo's
broke him
one-dimensional.
down, bro.
That's a totally different fighter. Cepeda doesn't have footwork. Cepeda just stays
I
there.
was just
Cepeda's
addressing
not
the
defensive
whole.
responsible. We talking about skills.
I was just
Skills pay the
addressing who's he
bills.
knocked out. Who's he knocked out? Well, he's knocked out more guys than Haney. I'll tell you that. But it
Yeah,
takes
but has he faced
skill.
shots
It
like
takes
Haney
skill to
that
knock
move?
out guys.
All right, so he fought Soria. I'm gonna bring it back, Danito Soria, a guy that fought in the outside and moved. Hey, Reaches looked garbage. He looked terrible. He didn't know how to cut ring. That's
But
his
he won the
weakness.
fight.
That's his weakness right there.
Did he win?
That's what he looked bad.
I'd
That's
rather
true.
look like
That
trash
is
against
true.
Zoria than an old Gamboa. That Haney couldn't even he couldn't even hurt, bro. Like
Hey.
at all in that fight.
Well, here's the beautiful thing about it.
I mean, we
Here's
could
the
say that
beau-
about Canelo when he fought Cotto. He didn't knock him out, but Cotto got knocked out by Pacquiao, and then you know what I mean. We could say that.
Okay. Here's the beautiful thing about it, gentlemen. Here's the beautiful thing about it.
Cotto was
It's go-
wagering.
here's gonna be here's the beautiful thing
Hey,
about
but
it.
he lost, right? Oh.
It's gonna
Why
be
he signed the
answered
contract,
tomorrow.
right?
It's all gonna be answered tomorrow. Okay, it is all gonna
Yeah,
be
no, it's a good
answered
fight.
tomorrow.
I got Haney.
Okay.
Yeah,
By
I got-
decision, I'm sure. By decision, I'm
Well,
sure.
let me ask you
right?
this, Mikey. Is he gonna outclass him like 12-0? Is it gonna be a total domination or is it gonna be a close fight?
No, it's gonna be a good fight, but he is gonna hug. He is gonna hug, and he is gonna move a lot. I mean, it's gonna be, it's that style. It's that style.
Hey, D-Style, who's going to be the referee? Do we know yet?
Yes, Jack Reese.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. That's my favorite
Well, they're
referee,
gonna
man.
fight.
I love it.
Stop him from hugging.
I love it. Hey, fellas, just real quick, man, before we bring it to a wrap, man, before everybody starts blowing the fuse. Look, the beautiful thing is gonna be answered tomorrow. So we'll get there.
Sure.
We'll definitely get there. Guys, so Munguia versus John Ryder. Oscar De La Hoya made that announcement during the Ryan Garcia fight. Everybody was talking about, like, wait a second, Canelo's supposed to be fighting Munguia, which probably can still happen. The fight is in January. Maybe it can still happen. I'm not even really sure. But David, what's your whole thoughts about the Munguia Ryder fight? And does this change anything with Canelo and who he fights Cinco de Mayo?
For whatever reason, our last show, this fight wasn't confirmed, Munguia and Ryder. And I was going with it, Munguia, yes, he'll probably fight Canelo. We all talked about it be a great Cinco de Mayo, But the more I thought about it, I mean, it's a PBC card. It's a PBC. Munguia doesn't fight for PBC. So why is Al Heyman going to bring in Sanford, not even Golden Boy, fighter to come fight on a PBC card. That didn't make sense. It'd be more morale. You know what I mean? So now that he's fighting John Ryder, Cholo, last September 19th, you and I went to San Diego to go see Mujia versus John Ryder. And then 3 weeks before the main fight, they canceled it because John Ryder couldn't cross the border. Remember? And then the ticket that we got actually said Mujia versus John Ryder. And that's when he ended up fighting. I forgot who he fought that night, but we were there at that fight. With that said, it wasn't that he couldn't cross. It's because Mujia wasn't ready for John Ryder. And I'm telling you, Mujia is going to be exposed against John Ryder. John Ryder's going to hurt him. Without a doubt, John Ryder's going to hurt him.
And where does this leave Canelo for Cinco de Mayo?
Oh, Cinco de Mayo, I see him fighting Charlo.
Okay.
Yeah, and then in September, fighting David Benavides.
Okay.
That makes more sense. He's not going to fight Morrell. He's not going to fight Morrell. Morrell's a lot better, me personally, than Charlo. So Charlo's going to try to go in. They're going to sell it. He's going to go in, try to get revenge for his brother. And now Benavides wants to get revenge for his brother against Charlo. So Charlo's a big commodity again after 3 years of not fighting.
Okay. Spencer, Mikey, it's just I had to mute it because we're getting too much feedback here. But let me go with D Style. I'll save you for the main event, Mikey. D Style, Ryder Munguia, January 27th. I'm gonna have a lot going on because they got that fight. We got the Royal Rumble, baby. That's right. Shout out to Wrestling Rehab. But what do you think about this announcement? And where does this leave Canelo for Cinco de Mayo?
I mean, Canelo not impacted by Munguia at all. I never bought that Munguia was going to be the guy Canelo was going to fight. Canelo just came out recently saying, I'm going to have a conversation with Al Heyman about who I'm going to fight. Why would he talk to Al Heyman about fighting a Golden Boy fighter?
Exactly.
I thought, like, why would he leave the zone to go fight the PBC guys, right? And when I was asking a question out here on YouTube, and I was asking reporters to ask Samson, hey, if Canelo stays in the zone, will David be willing to come to the zone to fight Canelo? No, we would not fight. We would absolutely not ever go over there. And all those other dumb shit he was saying. But now it makes sense for fighters from the zone to go over to PBC to fight Canelo. No, like when Canelo's ready to fight PBC, the zone guys again, he's gonna finish his contract with the zone with PBC, then he'll go over to the zone. Like that's what he's gonna do, right? There's nobody wants to cross the street to fight him. But as far as Canelo goes, I honestly think this last year you had a lot of guys saying he's gonna fight Berlanga, and I thought that was nonsense too. It's usually the dudes that don't like Canelo that start saying stuff like that. Oh, he's gonna fight Berlanga, watch. Oh, he's gonna fight Munguia, watch. And they'll act like they're okay with it, but really what they're doing, they're trying to diminish Canelo and his track record. Canelo always gives us the fights we want. Period. They always happen. People always end up eating their words when it comes to Canelo and the guys he fights. And he fights often. He's an active guy. He doesn't fight every 15 months like an Errol Spence. He fights multiple times a year. So if he fights somebody that maybe we don't like, at least we know we'll see him a couple months later, right? That's the type of fighter Canelo is. I don't think it's going to be Munguia. I don't buy the fact that Munguia is a big star. Munguia's never had a $1 million gate. We'll see how he does in Phoenix against Ryder. I agree with David. I think he could possibly lose this fight. Ryder's going to bring it. There's going to be chingazos in this fight. It's going to be a great fight. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not going to watch Munguia win, lose, or draw. I'm a fan of Munguia. I think it's exciting to watch. But Ryder might just be a little too much for him. Point blank, period. As far as Canelo, I don't know if it's going to be Jermall. It could be. But it might be Crawford or Benavides, man, to be honest with you. Those are the biggest money fights. So it's the way I see it. But we got 2 dates. So May, September. So we'll see. But yeah, that's what I got.
Hey, D-Style, doesn't Crawford have an obligation first to fight Errol Spence?
Contractually, yes. And I happen to know this. I talked to the manager of Tim Tszyu that they're actually offering Spence to fight. Like they're basically saying, we'll pay you to fight Tim Tszyu if this Crawford thing ain't working out. But they haven't announced it yet, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. Yeah, I think Spence should move on and just fight Tim Tszyu instead because he's not going to beat Crawford. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if that frees Crawford, then maybe we could get the Crawford Canelo fight. That to me, many may disagree with me. Crawford Canelo is the biggest pay-per-view fight in boxing today that they can make.
Mm.
My opinion.
For money wise, probably, yeah. Money wise, yes. Mikey, Munguia, Ryder. Where does this leave Canelo for Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, I don't know if Canelo's messing with us. I don't know. You guys seen this Instagram post? He put for Christmas, I want another belt. So he's teasing us. I don't know if he's playing with us or he's hinting us that he might move to 160, 175 and challenge somebody for the belt there. Or he might go to 160 and fight Charlo for his belts. So, or what's his name? Genovic for his belt. I mean, I'm like that, man. That'll be crazy if he does that too. But man, I don't know. There's options and whatever he does, people are gonna judge. But I wouldn't mind seeing that Munguia fight. Like I said last week, that's a big Mexican dude, a punching bag that hits hard, and he could work on his head movement and could work on stuff to get him ready for that Benavidez fight. A big Mexican that comes forward, another big Mexican. So I wouldn't mind seeing the kid from Tijuana. And you know what? I got the kid from Tijuana versus Ryder. How about that?
Okay. All right. Okay. Like,
yeah.
look. I mean, I'm sure he's gonna be the favorite to win that fight. I'm going ahead and I'm saying it. I think John Ryder wins that fight. But I think they give it to Munguia, definitely, because he's not gonna stop Munguia. He's not gonna stop Munguia.
Do
Munguia is
you
a
think
tough
John
fuck.
Ryder's going to be the underdog on that one, Cholo?
Yes, just because more fans
Really?
are gonna be, just because fans are gonna be betting on Munguia more. Yeah,
What do
I
you
think
think, D
so. I
Style? Do you
think so.
think he'll be the underdog?
You know, this might be one of those fights where the lines move, bro. Like the lines might like cross by fight night. I think Munguia will probably. I think it might be like even money, and then Munguia might become the favorite before the fight. Mexicans bet hard, you know what I mean? But a lot like I don't know, man. Like Munguia is questionable, bro. But like in a good way, an exciting way, you know. But it's
Yeah,
it's
he's an exciting fighter.
yeah, like it's we'll see. But if he doesn't knock out Ryder early, bro, it's gonna be a long night. Win, lose, or draw, it's gonna be a
Yeah,
long night. But we
yeah,
win
Ryder.
though. That's a fight of your candidate.
Yeah. It's definitely. I believe it's gonna be a good fight. Where does this leave Canelo? Putting all the business into it. He's with the PBC. So some of these other fights, it's probably not gonna happen. So the only other one I could really see Cinco de Mayo, if it's true that they're leading up to September for Benavides, which to me makes sense because that's the last fight on Canelo's contract. Then Cinco de Mayo, honestly, man, I think that just leaves Jamal Charlo. It's PBC. Canelo's with the PBC right now. So a lot of these other fights, I just don't see it happening, man. So I think that's what we get Cinco de Mayo. So we'll see. Time will definitely tell. And I think Munguia does get the victory over Ryder, but he gets a snot beat out of him, man. He gets a snot beat out of him. But anything else, gentlemen, before we wrap it up?
Nope.
All righty. That is one, Mr. David Contreras. That is the boxing scientist. Go catch him on Mikey TV. One, Mr. Mike Zavala. Our hermano from El Paso, Texas, D-Style Boxing. Go check him out. Cholo Trucker, Los Tres Chingones Boxing. Whatever you guys do this weekend, be safe doing it so we can come back and do it again. Catch you guys on the next one.
Peace.